For the Gold League, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Very good, very well practiced. He's doing a lot better.
I'm pretty sure he's there now. I don't know if he's played in a while because I mean, like, I think he got hit with the heroes problem, like
Oh,
everyone else,
the
which is
heroes
you
bug.
get heroes and then you don't play anything else for a while.
Yes. Alright, well then, starting us off, the bottom left of the map. Purple Zerg player, it is Anuzarg.
And in the top right of the map, we have his opponent in the green. It is our Zerg player, Ottr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both players supply blocked at 10 here.
Well, I don't think that's anything unusual,
Little
actually.
oopsie. If they both do it at the same time, it doesn't count, right? Because nobody's technically behind.
Correct. It doesn't mean anything. It's
Yep.
just the same as if, like, you accidentally built your 10th probe before you built a pylon. And your opponent does it as well. You both feel stupid, but,
No. Well, you know what? We can never do that again once Void hits. Because then you're worried about other things.
Well, you can still just build 2 probes immediately and supply block yourself. That is totally possible.
I'm just excited the 6 pool no longer exists. You start with 12 workers. It's kind of hard to 6 pool with 12 workers. I mean, it's very easy to create more Zerglings that way, but...
Well, that is true. That is true.
Anuzarg here pushing for an expansion, and Otter's going for the spawning pool first before hatch. Looking the slightly more aggressive side of things. Gonna have some army units to speak of a little quicker. Start pushing in for gas. Gas after the hatch. Spawning pool is also down now. They shouldn't finish too far behind Otters there, so any kind of defense he wants to pull off should be sufficient. Have enough units.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about this as of right now. Both players are using very standard setups at the beginning, and nobody's made any huge errors. Otter's a little bit further ahead, just in the overall supply count, which is sometimes just an indicator that Otter is spending her money maybe just slightly more efficiently than Anuzarg so far. Though the differences there are going to be very, very minimal at this point in the game, and it probably won't factor in too much.
Yep, their workers are pretty even now. I mean, Otter has a few lings out front, and if Anuzarg really wanted some, he can have them.
Yep. Yeah. So. Actually, I'm wondering what Otter's been saving this money up for. Ah, we have another queen coming out.
2 queens. Yep, getting the queen started. Anuzarg trying to scout in here, but he's going to lose this Overlord.
Oh no! That supply blocks Anuzarg right at the beginning of the match, which is never a fun place to be, and he's got a second Overlord that's going to wander over here and potentially die as well. Throvies everywhere.
Throvies everywhere.
Except for mine. They live.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yeah, Anuzarg pushing across the map wants to see if he can get some kind of scout off. Kind of poke at the front, see what kind of defense is there. Both players pushing for link speed almost at identical times. Not too much to input here.
You know, honestly, I've kind of been thinking right now. I'm just like, we've got. We were talking a little bit about the 6 pool, and it reminds me of this like really, really stupid Fun Day Monday that happened a long time ago.
Oh no!
Where somebody actually sent 6 drones to his opponent's base and built 6 pools.
Oh no!
On his creep. He said, "I'm 6 pooling correctly, right?" And I'm pretty sure the guy was just like, "What?" And then he left the game.
Oh.
Or he did something, or he like built them on his like mineral line. I can't really remember. Supposedly that is a thing you can do. If you see that they're the kind of person that chases your workers around, you can lead their workers away and just build buildings in the mineral line so they can't mine.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's awful.
That is so wrong.
It is a thing that you can do, and I'm fairly certain that idea actually in the back of my may have come from Covert. I think he said something about doing that to somebody once.
Oh, that's silly.
Not with pools, but
Covert started it. It's all your fellow Covert.
I blame him. Whether that's realistic or not, I don't know, but I still blame Covert. Just half testing if he's here at this point. He might not be anymore. If he's not here, I take back everything I said.
Anuzarg, he's pushing up into another base now. He's working on getting banelings.
Oh yeah, he is here. Okay, good. Banelings double upgrades coming out from Ottr. And Anuzarg, yeah, he's getting that third base up a little bit quicker, and he's got some... And he's got lings running across the map. This is actually a pretty dangerous position for Ottr to be in. She needs to hold this off pretty well and get her own third base started pretty soon, or she's going to fall behind.
He got that started pretty quick, actually. It's going to be a good lead for him come the mid-game.
Yep, 16 lings popping out right now. Another ling running up at the main base. Looks like it was going to scout. It's going to have its face ripped off by... Never mind, these lings don't care that it's there. Now it's going to run up to the queen because it felt really ignored. And then the queen's like, I'm not your queen, and just kills him.
No!
Mom, they're ignoring me. Smack. Get out of my house.
Oh, man. Not really as much of a smack as it is to slice him in half.
Now, here's the really scary thing, is that these banelings can end this force of lings almost immediately.
Oh, yes,
like,
easily.
this +1/+1, once it's echo... No, that's +1 attack and +1 range attack. That's very unusual. Whoa, banelings go off, killing the majority of the lings, but another round comes out. Most of the banelings are now dead. Unfortunately, this is not looking so good for Ottr, and the queens aren't there to back up the lings at all. So this is looking, well, a lot of stuff is going to die right now.
Ouch.
A lot of stuff. Will just be what stuff, I don't know. Looks like lings, one queen, making more banelings too. This, I don't know if this is the greatest move, actually, building these right here. Because, yeah, she's just going to walk forward, start killing these all. Is one of them going to finish? No, they're going to cancel and all die. Okay.
Just barely. That would have been devastating if one of them had finished, but...
Well, Ottr did lose all of her workers that are natural, though.
Yeah, she did. She's behind now by about 11.
No, the roaches are now coming out for the green Zerg player. And back home, Anuzarg is actually not producing anything. He's got a little bit... he is going to have a bank, quote-unquote, to produce stuff. Ah, infestation pit.
Also going for the gold here, so he's going to have the even deeper pockets.
Yep. However, as weird as this may sound, Ottr actually has an army supply lead right now, because of all these roaches that just popped out. So where the supply lead that did kind of exists for Anuzarg at the moment did exist more when I began this thought, is primarily in drones, which he's currently up 37 over his opponent's 18.
If Ottr doesn't take advantage of that, I mean, she's got quite a bit more army supply than Anuzarg now. If she doesn't get in here and destroy some of these bases or workers or something, she's going to fall very far behind. Third base is complete now.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you play a lot of games and you start to pick up a sense about this sort of thing. You know you've lost a lot of workers, you've done some damage. A lot of players would just instinctively run across the map right now. But she's holding back, which is okay. But, you know, now I think the door's shut. There's too many banelings here. There's lings. There's more stuff coming out. And this could be very difficult to keep up with from this point. In fact, I'd be very surprised if Ottr manages to catch up.
Definitely, too. I mean, only just now did 12 links pop into the production queue, so... Choking on minerals here.
Yeah, she's actually just making army units, so maybe she does intend to walk across the map soon. It might just be a timing thing, maybe waiting a little too long.
Oh, don't put it... Oh!
Yeah, there she
goes.
goes.
The main lings. All of the lings are dead now. These roaches are all that's left.
So the banelings obviously hurt. They don't trade at all efficiently against the roaches, which is why they won that battle hard. More lings going to pop up here. Hopefully she'll run up here and actually see this base. Good. She sees it. She's not reacting to it. Okay,
run straight by. Go for the third.
In this situation, it actually might be best to just run for the natural and just hit the supply reinforcement line. Just make sure he never gets an army back up. That's one way to win, even when you're this far behind. It's incredibly effective, and it looks like he's just going to rip that down. Had a few forces down here trying to do the same to the third, but they were cleaned up.
Cleaning up the drones, taking out this gold base. Good. Ling's are going to get in here. Realize they shouldn't.
Yep. Ottr does actually have more drones being made back home, so he's going to try and catch up in that economic deficit. Wow, banelings hurt. The lings are actually just going to finish everything off here.
This is super painful. Going to get us around, and these roaches not going to be able to move.
Yep. Was able to force the queen down, but I don't think it's going to end up mattering too much. That's that's really unfortunate. Anuzarg can just replenish that army quite a bit easier than Ottr can. Though she has caught up in worker count, so if Anuzarg sits back for a while, Ottr will actually be totally back in this game.
I don't know. I think we know him better than that. I think he's ready to go. He's got these lings out front now.
22 lings and 10 roaches about to pop for Ottr. I think she can actually hold off an attack if it comes.
Zarg in the queue. 3 swarm hosts. Ooh. You know how I feel about swarm hosts. I don't.
You don't feel for swarm hosts?
I don't feel for swarm hosts at all.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody else really does either, except for the person using them.
Oh, man.
He feels it whenever the swarm hosts die. The locusts die, he's like, good. It should be.
As it should be.
The lings got there a little bit early. Kind of all died. Unfortunately.
And all died. Roach is left naked here.
Well, there's not enough swarm hosts for this to be scary, but there's no detection here, so she can't actually kill them. This is a thing that will change in Legacy of the Void, by the way. Not only do they not spawn as often, they do way more damage and are primarily harassment units. They also don't burrow into the ground unless you've researched burrow.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so they don't come inherent with burrow anymore.
No, they're like campaign swarm hosts. Cow hosts.
Cow hosts.
That's what Ottr is fond of calling them. I think actually Anuzarg started that. Not 100% certain. Well, anyway, here comes the attack. Banelings being formed at the worst possible time. The roaches are actually going to dive forward on top of the lings and win this fight pretty easily. My question will be if... any detection coming? Nope, still no detection. The banelings all die. And this is now actually looking very bad for our purple Zerg. As the swarm hosts are like, pay attention to us! No, don't kill our friends!
And the locusts get shredded.
This locust is like, swarm host is like, hey guys, oh god, and explodes into blood. The purpose of this game has been fulfilled. More swarm hosts here. There's actually kind of a scary number now.
Not before losing a base, though.
The lings are here. It doesn't matter how efficiently swarm hosts trade. If all of your stuff dies and the army just sits on top of the locusts and kills them immediately, and no detection is here! Oh no, this is looking awful for our purple Zerg. Oh, it shows me for not having faith in the green Zerg and just completely took this one back.
Yep, definitely. Turn the tables pretty quick there.
Game 1 goes to Ottr.
So nice. Not bad. Saw some swarm hosts. Thankfully, they didn't last very long.
Your heart stopped. You're like, yeah.
I know. I saw it in the queue and I went.
Yeah.
They said they tried something silly here. I don't like how that sounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, there's only one thing sillier in this game than Swarm Host versus Swarm Host. You know what that is?
What's that?
Broodlord Swarm Host versus Broodlord Swarm Host.
Oh.
You know what? The only thing sillier than that? Broodlord
Playing?
Swarm Host Infester. Then you have a composition of free units.
A composition
with
of
melee,
units.
range, and marines. Because range.
And then, I mean, if you feel the need, you can always fungal the free units to keep them from moving, so you can kill them with your free units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the battle never ends. Anybody who was around here at the end of Wings of Liberty will remember the fallen days of Broodlord versus Broodlord. Also known as, oh, cool, I guess I'm going to go get something to drink. Because there's literally nothing to watch.
You mean like Swarm Host games now, right?
No, they just know they're even worse than that. Because the Swarm Hosts can actually kill each other if there's detection. The Broodlords can't do anything to each other at all. They don't interact. They just chuck free units at their free units, and they kill each other, and then they keep doing it forever. Until somebody else comes and says, okay, we're here to overturn the tables.
That's it, we're shutting down BlizzCon. That's it, go home.
Pretty much. Usually in the form of corruptors, by the way. Let's be honest, they're easily on hand.
Take it
but
easy,
anyway,
Monosaurus, we'll see you in the future.
We got a couple people peacing out. See you later, Monosaurus. A few others taking a quick break. But I think we are ready to go into game number 2.
I think we are. Countdown from 3. Off we go.
See, Windlords are not Windlords, and when it's Windlords versus Windlords, then it's Stalemate Lords.
Then it's... Yeah. That's the opposite of Windlords.
Draw Lords. There's so much action, but nothing ever dies. And actually, just to complete this thought before we get into the introductions here, technically, if you got into a situation where the only units left on the map were Broodlords, and they couldn't get to the buildings and kill them, the game would never end because damage is always being caused, so the draw mechanic would never occur.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm scared to think of that.
That is a thing that thankfully we'll probably never see. Anyway, the bottom left part of the map, we have our purple Zerg player currently behind one game. It is Anuzarg.
And in the center right of the map, spawning is the green Zerg this match. It is Ottr.
Question.
Yes.
Did they change the WCS 2.0 overlay at all?
Yes, they did. It is now WCS 2.2.
Does it look more like the old one?
It does.
I thought they would do that eventually.
It looks
and I'm
like
not
a
surprised.
thicker original game heart, if that makes any sense.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to that next game.
And it's pretty nice. You should check it out. I think it actually interfaces with the Game Heart mod. We won't actually be able to see that until live show matches come around. Or we have people that play replays with the mod active.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter to me either way, honestly, if they do that. But, yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. So both play, and then start going for a little bit quicker gas. So gas before pool, then hatchery. Meanwhile, Ottr is in pool. Hatchery gas, maybe?
Hatchery gas. She usually likes the pool out first. And then hatchery, and then, yeah, I mean, that's what happened last game. It's probably the way she's most comfortable with doing it.
And yeah, Secret Spring. Honestly, let me be frank here. I appreciate that both players are doing something vaguely standard. I would probably have 6-pulled here. The map is tiny. If they do anything else, they'll die.
You would have 6-pooled as a Protoss. I am absolutely
I would
terrified.
I would 6-pool as the Zerg here against the Zerg. I know that sounds insane, but the map is so tiny that if they do anything else, you probably kill them.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. The distance is very small.
That said, I don't play Zerg, so I'm half talking out of my ass right now. Anyway, they're collecting gas, and I'm half-assed in my words.
It's either open or it ain't.
Right, that's the thought. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry
we
for
have
that,
we have a
that
hatchery
image
going
there.
on.
Yes.
We have a hatchery going down up there. So it was hatchery, it was pool hatchery, then gas. And we have 3 in gas down here, while we still have 1 in gas over at Anuzarg's base. So Otter's going to catch up to that amount very, very quickly. And Anuzarg is actually just banking a lot of money. I'm wondering what he's got planned here, other than Lings running across the map.
Yeah, he's kind of streaming those forward. He's got an Overlord here. He knows exactly what Otter's build is. He doesn't see any army. He's going to risk forward attack here, but...
Whoa! She wants those out of her base. Slowlings against a queen with any kind of support, not happening.
Queen's pretty beefy, not gonna happen.
Nothing up there, so this thing is gonna be... He's gonna be irritating, he's gonna be constantly sending alerts to Ottr. I don't think these things will accomplish much. But they're gonna be here, and they're gonna be like, hey, pay attention to us, hey, pay attention to us, pay attention to us, pay attention to us.
Unless they're left unchecked, this is... I mean, she's gonna lose this if she doesn't move anything up there.
Oh, they're really gnawing on that building.
And he's sending 2 more Lings up there now. This is definitely going to take care of the hatchery, I think. Ooh, Lings of Ottr have arrived. Dark's Lings getting a little bit of surround here. But just too much now. Too much. And the Queen's out, that's not going to stop.
Yep.
There we go.
Now, she keeps the base alive, which is pretty much the most important part of that. And Anuzarg is also getting his expansion. He's going to be a little bit behind economically for a while here. But he's going up for roaches real quickly.
I see chat has caught up to my terrible joke there.
No, just no. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Hoi, hoi, hoi. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
So things have pretty much stabilized. I think the attack's over. Otter's going up to lair. And Anuzarg is dropping a 3rd base. He's very fond of the quick econ plays.
Yeah, Otter's aware that he's grabbed the natural, but she doesn't know about the 3rd. And this is pretty ballsy, honestly. I mean, he's gonna be kind of strapped for cash for a little bit. He'll have some roaches, but not much more.
Ooh, Ottr did just spot this, though. Down in the corner. She didn't see on the far right position, but she does know this one's here.
Yep. So it'll just be interesting to see what she does in response.
Spread and creep. Upgrading to layer here, dropping drones. Anuzarg's going to have quite the army lead in a little bit here. Once these bases gets rolling, he's gonna have more larvae, more minerals. stuff like that. Looks like he's gonna drop a bunch of roaches this game. Kind of a smart move from Ottr last game, so I figure he's incorporating it into his own style.
More or less. Okay. You know, yeah, I think we're going to just be chilling out here for a little bit here, and that's probably not going to work in Otter's favor. I think the early attack with the Lings may have gotten a little bit under her skin. Because once this base gets rolling, right now it's a paperweight, but once it gets rolling, this is going to be pretty hard to deal with.
That's pretty true. She's going to see these Lings and the roaches congregating here at the bottom of the ramp, and she does have a spine crawler, but if that's focus fired, it's pretty much done for. There's too much stuff here.
Yeah. He's going to go for it. Nope, actually kind of over micro occurring there, losing a few units essentially for free. Drags the Lings out, kills them separately, but doesn't look like Anuzarg wants to run up there anytime soon. Back home we have 30 Lings for Ottr coming out, and over at Anuzarg's side, 4 more roaches basically just trickling across the map here. And this roach is starting to get a little scary.
Starting to pile up. He's got double Evo too to reinforce those.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going to run past that, which turns out to be an interesting decision given the Lings are not running over there. There they go. Slow Lings aren't the most efficient things in the world, but when there's 30 of them, this round your 4 roaches, I don't think it matters. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, nope. Shoot him up. Shoot him up.
Nom.
Nom nom nom. 2 queens running this overseer out of Anuzarg's base. Not before dropping its health significantly. Yeah, so Anuzarg's rolling on 3 bases now. Not econ-wise, but he does have the spare larva.
Yeah, he's finally starting to transfer some drones down there, so this is actually going to do more than be a giant mass of minerals. However, his natural is extremely empty now, so he still hasn't really built up the necessary amount of workers to really saturate 3 bases. It's going to take a little bit amount of time if he wants to do that, and he is producing more drones. Ottr, meanwhile, however, is expanding the size and power of her army by having roach speed and +1. Going up to Hive? Really?
I wonder what this is for.
The only thing you can get on Hive Tech without additional buildings is Vipers, which would be odd, but actually could be used in this matchup. The Blinding Cloud is fairly effective when you're kind of facing ranged units. But
I mean, I can see how that would be helpful if it was just Lings versus roaches.
However, that is kind of like also a little maybe not so exciting to do. Like I can see most people would probably look at Hive and be like Ultras or Broodlords or something.
Right. I mean, Ultras would be great. They cleave right through the roaches en masse here. Get a nice AoE upgrade on those. She's got an infestation pit. Whatever she's got, it's going to be big. Link speed finally coming out for Ottr, and a Hydra Den going down for Anuzarg to supplement his roach army.
We are currently looking at 20 roaches on Otter's side to 8 on Anuzarg. It's actually a little bit at a vulnerable position right now.
Ottr does have almost double the supply, though.
I think she's taking a little bit too long to pick up a 3rd, though. This is something that should have happened a while ago, even under normal conditions. So this is pretty dangerous. Of course, I said that last time, and she was totally fine, so yeah, what do I know?
We don't know anything.
We know nothing.
We know nothing.
We are of empty mind.
I mean, Omega. Yep. Anyway, Anuzarg sitting back on his haunches here, getting his econ rolling. He's getting the upgrade for roaches, the glial reconstitution. Hydra's finally popping out. It's going to be great DPS on the back line. Yeah, groove spines. Both players actually grabbing the groove spines.
Yeah, Hydra Tech. This is a good way to turn things around. Army supply is still 44 to 84. Ottr may have a small advantage.
That's not groove spines, I'm blind. That's +2.
Oh. Okay.
Huh.
Oh, adrenal glands. She wants cracklings. Just
We're both tired or something. I don't know what's going on
cracklings.
here.
It's just.
But Otter's expanding. She's gonna have cracklings against these roaches. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Which I guess they technically don't deserve the term compared to the Legacy of the Void Brethren that get even more of a bonus than they do. I think the attack is gonna go out before this actually finishes, though.
Just gonna try and cram all these units through this tiny corridor here.
She would actually be She would be much better served attacking from the bottom angle. This is going to be pretty bad. If she tries to attack in here, all her units will just take the ranged attacks to the face. But looks like she's going to essentially scout with the creep tumor, which is interesting, and we'll probably tell her not to do this. I would expect.
Creep tumor?
Oh, nope.
Nope.
Never mind.
Oh,
He's leaving.
He's moving away. He doesn't want the standoff to continue here.
I don't think he's aware that anything's on this side of the wall at the moment, actually.
I don't think so. Otter's checking over with an overseer.
Boom.
Out now.
Yep, and supply blocked. Ottr is 50 supply ahead. Jeez.
Yeah, crazy supply
She
lead.
really should attack now before he's able to
Yeah,
catch up.
she could end this game. If she lets him sit too long, he's going to get this 4th base up. You know.
There's group spines, by the way.
Group spines finally. All right. See, I knew what I was talking about. I was just a little ahead of my time. Yep, Ottr nearly maxed here. And she's maxed. Never mind.
Ooh.
And we're good.
Okay. This is usually the point where a person's brain goes, and initiate the attack, Captain. So, hopefully see that occur here. Maybe she's just going to build up an economy. At the end of the day, if they both get to reasonable upgrades, it's no big deal. They're kind of equal on that right now, though they have different emphasis on their upgrades. I believe that is...
I still think a quick scout here might go a long way, just realizing how far ahead you are. I mean, you've got upgrades, you've got the superior army size, you got +3 on the way now. It would be perfect just to roll over the army and then have your way with this base, pretty much.
I think the difference is essentially gone now, by the way. It's pretty much Ling Roach versus Roach Hydra, which should give Anuzarg a minor advantage. However, he does have 9 additional supply and drones, so his army's actually quite a bit smaller by default, even at max. All quiet on the Western Front.
In the east of the map, yes. Western front of the east.
West relative to Ottr.
So here we go. Ultra Cavern dropping for Ottr.
Okay.
There we go. We got enough gas to do this, too. We got enough gas for about 2 or 3 of these things. Should be great. I'd like to see Ultras this game. That would be nice. Just roll over this Roach Hydra army. But she doesn't have enough supply to actually do anything with right now. She's got a lot in drones, a lot in lings.
Creep tumor tried to appear on the other side, so he was shut down. Oh, yeah, this is exactly what I was worried would happen. All of the army is running forward and getting shot to death because there's ranged units on the other side of that.
Ranged units with a little bit of vision.
Interestingly, she just backs away and then comes back.
And
because Anuzarg doesn't have anything there, he has no idea that she's breaking the rocks.
Yeah, he's none the wiser, unfortunately. This queen's gonna move forward and have a nasty surprise when this these rocks bust open.
Uh-oh.
Floodgates.
And boom.
The gates are open. Boom, boom, boom.
Little anti-micro there, kind of running forward with all the units, taking tons of hits. But the fight actually starts. Yeah, there's Hydras there. The Roaches are starting to slowly lose in number. And yeah, Hydra DPS is insane. So the question will come down to really how much larva does Ottr have built up, and is it going to be enough to get another army on time? 11 Ultralisks and 48 Lings are her answer to the Roach Hydra mix. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Unfortunately, the Ultralisks are going to take a little while to come out, probably another 20, 30 seconds. She needs to run the Lings back if he tries to come forward and not engage until the Ultralisks are out.
Actually, he dumped the rocks over, and he's sitting back at his base now. He's content not to do anything about this. So
oh no!
She has
plenty. It's probably not the best idea.
Plenty of time to unleash these things here, and there are going to be 11. Oh my God, 11 of them with a Toresk skin.
Now, here's the thing: Ottr actually has no armor upgrades at all, and that's probably a big reason why she lost that fight. That hasn't changed. She does have Ultralisks with their chitinous plating upgrade, which helps, but especially if she engages at this narrow choke, her army will get obliterated because of this.
Not only that, the ultra pathing in here is a bad idea. Bad idea. Should probably take the bottom route. I think the bottom route would be a good idea here, but
yeah, bottom or top, whichever way. I mean, actually, I would actually run the top, break the top one, and then run back down because it'll reposition his units up there.
Yeah, that would be awesome. There's plenty of room. Yeah, plenty of room for ultras down here. I think that. Well, he's got the idea.
Anuzarg is just going to come first. This may not be the best idea for him, especially since the army's actually going to... Nope, never mind.
wide open space. Ultras are out front.
If he moves out a little bit and isn't engaging against a wall, well, that base is gone. That base is not going to exist in a few seconds. Here comes the attack. Ultralisks attacking from the backside. There's nothing to tank for the Hydras, and now it looks like the Hydras are going to be on the run. The Lings are starting to sweep around this outside of the fight here, and these Ultralisks are made, apparently, of titanium and take no damage at all and obliterate everything because they all focus on the Lings.
Oh, man.
I think a Ultra died.
I think
And Ultra. Grammar.
we lost one, yes.
And meanwhile, these two Lings are like, for vengeance! Kill the final Hydra.
Oh, no. So she is in a super commanding position now.
38 more Lings, but Anuzarg is getting Ultras too.
Uh-oh, 9 Ultras.
And he's going to have all the armor.
It's going to be 9 to 10. They're only halfway done, so this base is not going to survive before they pop.
The attack begins! Alright, first base goes down. There's 3 more. No, 2 more. I can count where that one came from.
Oh, one Ultra getting caught out from the rest of the group here. Gonna get shredded.
Here come the rest of the Ultras. Looks like they're going to snag this guy.
Ooh, Ottr just lost 2 Ultras for free here. Mispositioned.
Mistake!
Mispositioned.
Sorry. Hearthstone. Hearthstone references. Oh no, she's not paying attention. Most of her army has not engaged yet. Was picked off piecemeal. Which is unfortunate. Looks like back home Ottr is going to build 8 more Ultralisks. Anuzarg wants to return the favor for losing a base. He's currently going to be... He's actually behind a base. It's being no, they're about equal. They're both building one base right now.
Yeah. Start rushing forward with his Ultralisks here. Those Hydras made quick work of those.
Yeah, those upgrades are really showing their worth right now. +1 finally being picked up for Ottr. 1 Ultralisk going to spawn in the middle of hell. Die immediately.
Yeah, not good. These drones getting slaughtered. Body parts flying everywhere. A couple roaches.
Oh. Okay, units starting to spawn down here. The Ultralists are going to still fight on their own. As long as they've got to deal with the Hydralists, they're not going to do so great in this fight, I don't think. Ooh.
Hydras are uncontested here. Maybe 1 or 2 lost in that battle, and I think that's all she wrote at this point. Ottr doesn't have a lot to contest this. 15 roaches coming out, but the Hydras, too many.
Roaches is an interesting choice. There they go. Some of them started to engage right here. Most of them actually not at the battle. Hydra's actually in a gray, kind of awful position, but there's just too much stuff.
Ultra's up top, chopping away these roaches. Hydras are going to start picking away the buildings, and that's GG.
Alright, so we are 1-1.
Tying us up. Tying us up in a best of 5. Well played, well played. So not bad. Not bad, we're tied up.
No, things are looking pretty good right now. I'm pretty much expecting we will see something equally silly as we go on here. This is a best of 5, everybody, so we are not going to be done after this next game. They have to get the 3 games, not 2, in order to have 1.
Oh, we got Bert in the chat too. How's it going, buddy?
Actually, quite the variety of individuals tonight.
Schmigiggy, Fade, Diz Riddle.
Not sure I recognize that idea, whatever that is. That's cool.
Yes, this is indeed a best of 5.
Yeah, so we have more where that came from. Currently, both players, again, tied. So, pretty much ready to go here when you are.
Yep, don't forget to change your overlay.
Oh, yeah.
Spot that out.
It would be nice to actually see, like, I don't think the upgrades appear at the bottom anymore, right?
No, they don't. You have to hit G still, but the
That's fine.
layout's still really nice. So.
Because the super scrunched upgrade pictures was, like, messing with me.
Yeah, I know. I love seeing the upgrade pips. I hope they bring that back. I like seeing those on the HUD at all times.
I'm actually okay with not seeing that. Like, it does give away a lot of information that can be shown selectively by the casters.
Yeah, way. I suppose.
But, you know, I mean, as a viewer, obviously, I don't mind it at all. It gives me all the information.
Right, all the info. Never have too much information. So
You
back
can have
to...
CMI.
You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, actually, Anuzarg is, as you saw there, Anuzarg is silver. Ottr is actually gold on EU. That's where she primarily plays. So this is a gold-silverish level match. And I would say that Anuzarg is easily supposed to be gold. He just hasn't played a lot lately.
Yes. Yeah, both players tied 1-1, spawning us at the bottom of Vani Research Station. This is our purple Protoss player taking last game. It is Anuzarg.
And on top of the map, we have his opponent, Green Zerg, Ottr. But probably, things had gone a little bit differently. I don't think she would have had a hard time taking that particular game. Just kind of knowing when to run out, knowing you have an advantage, and knowing to attack your opponent.
Oh yeah, I mean, scouting goes a long way. I mean, even in late game, it's nice to know where your opponent's army is, how much of it.
Of course, Anuzarg kind of did the same thing. Both players actually showing a tendency to be a little overly passive if attacked.
I mean, that's good in some situations. You don't want to do that later on in the game. I mean, you need to know when to counterattack as well. But, I don't know. There's potential this game. They're both tied. They've still got a few games ahead of them. They got to take at least 2 more on one side, I believe. It's first to 3.
Yep, pretty much.
Still anybody's game.
Overlord going to slowly float its way over. I wonder what this feels like to an Overlord thing, how fast this is.
Like a marathon sprint. And you're out of
This
breath.
is-
You're out of
is
breath.
this- No, this can't be running for them because they can get a speed upgrade, and that's probably what running feels like. So this is you get up and you walk outside to pick up the mail sort of thing for them.
Well, they do it every game. In any game I've ever seen, the first Overlord is always sent to the opponent's base.
Yep. Yeah. High five. Okay.
See you guys. Bye. Slowly bye.
This one just has birds flying around its head.
Maybe not crows. I don't know.
Have you seen that picture that they put out a while ago? They were doing like little short stories, and they showed a picture of a Marine standing in front of a grounded Overlord. Those things are huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Nuts. They're huge. They hold brains. Holy crap.
Primarily just brains, though.
Ottr opening 2 hatch before pool this game. 2 hatch. Holy crap.
So this is basically her way of saying, you're not early pooling me, and I know that, and I'm going to take advantage of it now.
That is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he's not going to scout this at all. This space off to the left, there's no Overlords in here. This one is going to see the creep pop up from the natural, be able to passively scout it that way. So this is going to be almost the reverse of our previous game, where essentially Anuzarg had a base advantage for most of the game, Ottr didn't know about. It's not going to be the case here.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, both these bases going to pop pretty quick here. Just going to have an extra larva to work with. Anuzarg dropping a Baneling nest. Baneling nest. Oh, snap, he says. Oh, snap. So this Overlord, yep, he's going to catch the creep. Wonder if he notices.
Yeah, this one's gonna be able to figure it out too. I mean, a question of course, how often is he actually checking up here? Is he looking at his minimap to see if he can see creep on the edges or not? Right. But yeah, this early Baneling nest may actually be very, very difficult for Ottr to deal with. You see nothing? Uh-oh. Nothing. Well, now he's gonna suspect something. If he didn't already.
He's He's moving out with speedlings.
Oh no!
Nothing here to contest this.
You know what? I have to change my assessment of the previous match, where I said, and not a match, but what I said earlier about like if she's basically saying you're not early pulling me. No, he's doing a normal pull timing, but if he goes for a fast Baneling attack, you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, and he's attacking straight into the queen here. He's just kind of A-moving.
Oh, 6 Overlords coming out for Ottr, so I think there was a supply block as well, and that might be why there's literally nothing to defend at the moment.
Yep. Speedlings here wrecking the base. Ooh. Drones dying left and right. This is painful to watch. Oh, man.
No mineral trick, no mineral walk, no surrounding those links.
Yikes, man. Every drone at this base. No. Yep. Okay, every drone. Yep. Chewing away at the spawning pool now. She's got 2 other bases to work with, but Yikes. Done a ton of damage. Ton of damage. Anuzarg's he's expanding himself, sending more lings across the map. Gonna keep the pressure on.
Losing a spawning pool here is going to be incredibly hard to deal with. I think
rough.
our only real defenses are going to be queens, actually.
Yep. Queen defense. Not enough minerals to actually construct another spawning pool until now.
Oh.
Left base.
Anuzarg is still sending in more lings, but yeah, that's essentially GG's. No way to stop that.
Not too much you can do about that right there. It's just a little build order loss, and it happens. An interesting thought, but he caught on a little too quick.
Yeah, there was no... Yeah, honestly, I think even just sending over a few lings early on, just gonna wrap that one up nice and good, nice and tight. So that puts Anuzarg ahead 2-1.
2-1. See what happens here. See if Ottr can pull it back. Take the series to a game 5. That would be awesome. Awesome. Love 5-game best of 5s. Fate accusing Ottr of having balls of steel and being insane.
Yeah, that's not necessarily insane. I think there was a supply block there, because I saw her building 6 overlords when those lings attacked. That's not something you usually do.
Well, yeah, you got 3 bases. Correct. 3 bases with 3 bases worth of larva. You're gonna hit the cap a little faster. Same thing with the... I was gonna say, like, the 6 gate with the Protoss. That's something I struggle with too. Is paying attention to the supply. It's like, look, I have all these gates and I can't build anything. Crap.
I have a feeling that's partly, though, it's just even if that had not happened, it probably would have been ended by the Banelings.
Yeah. No,
she would have been able to hold off the initial attack, and it probably would have not held.
Yeah, Banelings would have come in, and either one would have taken out all the lings altogether, and then moved into the drones, or
yeah. There's anyway. We don't have a real way to kind of sort that one out, though, because all sorts of micro problems can happen as well. So we just have to move on to game 4.
Game 4 it is. Countdown from 3. Game 4 in Deadwing Ladder Edition.
This is probably the map where you want to do the double expand thing. A little bit less likely that they'll immediately be able to scout it.
It's a foreign man map, right? So they can...
Well, you can only spawn in... Your opponent can only be in 2 different places. They'll never be across the bottom or the top of the map from you. So you just have to check up and diagonally. But you still have a 50% chance that they'll just miss it.
Right.
And even better, there's so many extra places to put a base, you just hide the 3rd somewhere. You don't put it in usual 3rd location. But that's if you want to be an awful scumbag ninja base person.
Ninja base.
By the way, that's more effective at the beginning of the season when everyone doesn't know the maps. Remember that. I may not be trying to plant any ideas into your head, because we have a new season with new maps coming up soon. Not at all.
Yeah, here we go. Spawning off in the southeast position as the purple Zerg is Anuzarg.
In the top left part of the map, we have his opponent, the green Zerg, Ottr.
Gonna try to tie this up, hanging in this best of 5. Would be great.
I like this new UI. You don't have to hit spacebar to bring up the...
Yeah, it's automatically... That was something that made me so angry with 2.0. It's like, why do I have to hit spacebar? There's so many keys I have to hit if I want to observe something.
Yeah, this takes away a lot of the work, which is nice.
Silly.
I like also that it doesn't show what you've selected unless you hit the tab key. Allows you to kind of limit that visually in a friendly way.
Yep, it's nice to see health and shields and energy and all that fun stuff, because before it was kind of to pay attention to the bar. Or they were numbers and they were obscure off in the corner. It was kind of...
So, Anuzarg just won't hatch first.
He's feeling pretty confident.
He's building more drones and still not putting down anything else. No pool. Well, actually, let's see if he does that at 200. Okay, no. So it's just a variant on the standard build.
Oh, there we go.
I was wondering if he was going to 2-hatch first back. It doesn't look like that's the plan.
No, and Otter's expanding as well, so we're gonna have another slow start to this game here. I don't see I don't see another hatchery this time. I actually see a spawning pool. So I think the shenanigans are over from last game.
No, I just looked back at Skype because I let both of the players know that I was casting them, and Anuzarg's just away at the moment. And the only thing Ottr said in response was, "Oh no," and I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
"That's not inspiring any confidence here."
No, she's doing fine. They're a very even match, actually. I'm glad that they're paired together still, because
Yeah.
it's nice to watch both of them grow and improve. Because we watched
Yeah.
them at the beginning. She was pretty.
I was just like any other new player that you see, person doesn't really know what builds to make, is a little bit too hesitant on not only like attacking but building stuff in general.
Yeah. I mean, she was overall hesitant about playing in general. So it's kind of nice that the show matches sort of pulled her into practicing and getting on ladder and stuff. And now they're both in gold now. So
There's a lot of people, thankfully, like that. By the way, Prinif, he's a GM now.
GM Cannon Rush Reaper Man.
Yeah, the thing about that, because I know a lot of people are going to look down on the whole like Cannon Rush thing, but I don't really blame them for that. I mean, it is cheesy, but you realize that to get to that point, you have to be essentially one of the best people at doing that possible. So that actually is a feat of strength, if you ask me. A lot of people Cannon Rush, not many people do it that well.
You do it over and over again enough times, eventually you perfect it.
Yep. Eventually, you too will get to the top of the Quick Serve Delicious challenge ladders if you do it enough. And I may or may not have done that. I was GM at Quick Serve Delicious at one point. And then after that, I'm like, I'm done, and I didn't play for 3 months.
Oh man, I want to play that now.
I know, it gets fun.
We need to dual stream that. We need to both be streaming, both of us on screen. We need to both
Yeah.
be going
It's
crazy
like-
with.
Do some challenges and whatnot. That would be fun.
That would be
one of the things about that I actually found out. I'm still learning weird stuff about that game. You can drop like ingredients into soup while you're chopping something. I had no idea you could do that.
Yeah, actually,
I just I did it on accident once, and I was like, "What?"
Something else you can do too. I've noticed at least with a controller. I haven't tried it with a keyboard yet. But if you have food that's done cooking and ready to serve, as you are, building a salad or nachos or something like that, you can actually serve those tickets while you are building something else.
Jeez.
So if my lasagna is burning...
Oh, no, yeah, I know you could do that.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that in
I
PC.
didn't figure it out. I didn't
Yeah,
figure it
that
out
makes the
until
game
now.
substantially easier.
It's so nice. It's like, holy crap, this is... Wait, I can...
Well, anyway, I think somebody would be fairly reasonable in accusing us of not casting at the moment.
Oh, yeah, so anyway.
So we have a couple. We have roaches coming out for Anuzarg. Ottr has grabbed a spine crawler as well as some lings, just kind of setting up the basic defenses. Neither player going out for a third just yet. Nope, never mind. There goes Anuzarg, plopping down that third a little bit quicker than Ottr. Once again,
Layers coming down for both players too, so they're looking to tech up pretty quick. Anuzarg still feeling very confident after last game. He's taking a third and double gas, throwing all of his minerals into that.
Yep, he is supply blocked though.
Yep.
That's going to be helped a little bit by the hatchery when it finishes, but nope, we just noticed that there goes 4 overlords.
4 overlords. The V button. V, 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 V.
And there's that awkward moment where you're like, I have larvae, I can't do anything. I'm to build buildings.
Well, he grabbed 5 drones to plant 2 Evo chambers there. Wanted to make sure those were constructed.
Yep, Evo. The other 2 are managers. They're making sure the other drones grow up to the proper buildings. Then they go back to work.
Yeah, no, little to the left, little. Oh, all right, you're good. The Ottr moving out to take her third. Also, this is wow.
Yeah, good. So and more or less an even.
Players
setup.
their players are on point now. Supplies are nearly even.
Well, the only thing that's really different right now, you'll actually notice that Anuzarg has about a 10 supply lead, and part of that is just because there's a little bit of a resource choke there. Oh, never mind. That's why. Ottr is going double spire.
Ottr double
There's
spire.
only one reason you do this.
Brood Lords.
Oh, yeah, and then also just getting lots of upgrades from mutas. I guess there's 2 reasons you do this.
There are 2 reasons. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw.
There's
off
only
the,
2 reasons you do this.
I didn't mean to throw off the calculations there, but
That's okay. I haven't seen anyone do this in months, so I was a little thrown by it as well.
that's good. Double spire. Happy to see some play here. It means we're going to see mutas. At least.
Yep. He's building up actually quite a bit of larva, which is a reason at this point.
See, though, Anuzarg's dropping another Hydra Den.
Yeah.
This
Nah,
is
hydras
not-
are one thing. Spore crawlers are really what you're afraid of.
Right.
And
They still don't feel good.
no, if he keeps it secret long enough. Oh, a changeling Zergling just running around the base.
Oh, where do we see that?
That's actually a genius scout idea if you think about it, because it gets a speed bonus from the creep.
Why
are you
changelings so fast?
Well, Anuzarg, I know. By the way, he is listening. I was wrong about that. He just wasn't. He just didn't reply on Skype. He replied later. It's like, "Oh, I heard you wanted a response." I'm like, "Okay," but yeah, creep is the answer to that question. Normally, changelings don't get to run around on that. They are Zerg, so they get to run faster on it.
Yep. They inherit the buffs.
By the way, a holy creep highway happening.
Yeah, creep highway is going on here. Man, that's awesome. It's nice to see creep highway. Actually, the last time I saw a creep highway was the first time I saw DRG play. I was very impressed seeing his nearly 500 APM early in Wings of Liberty.
You know, since those were Blizzard minutes, that was probably more like 800.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, think about that.
Oh,
All the
no.
APM numbers will go up with Legacy of the Void because all the minutes will be longer.
Holy crap! That's you just blew my mind right now.
Yeah, because I was kind of thrown by that too, because they actually put up a post saying there will be achievements for APM, and one of them was 800, and I'm like, what?
Jesus Christ!
No one does that. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, if you make the minutes longer, that's actually probably the equivalent of 400 or 500.
Holy crap! That's ridiculous.
There are people that actually hit keys that fast. Now, mostly it's spamming at that point. Like, I don't think anybody actually has effective APM that's quickly, at least in Heart of the Swarm. But since there's so much more stuff to micro, it actually could happen. In Legacy of the Void.
All right. Anuzarg here.
He built Hydrosense. He did? There's one.
What, really?
There's the other one.
He did
One's
build
the natural.
Oh, man. Well, he's got double upgrades if he really wants them, but there's only... I think there's only one you could get. No, actually, there are two. There are move speed and groove spots. Could be getting both of those.
Double power Hydras.
Yes.
Double mint gum. All right, how many needles do we have here?
So total, we currently have 14 out of the map. I mean, that's a pretty scary number, but...
but I love what she's doing, just hanging back with them.
Yep.
Just build as many as you can. Bam! Surprise! All your stuff's gone.
Right, exactly. He's got at least one Hydra per Mutalisk at this point. 13 to 14. So... I mean,
by the way, like a random thing to talk about, because I want to actually get feedback from the audience on this as well, which is why I'm bringing it up in the middle of a match. Archon mode is cool. We can agree on that, right?
Right.
And it's still technically a 1v1, so it would be reasonable to do show matches for it.
Right.
But I would like to think, is there anything more to add on that, as far as any of you guys think? I mean, I don't think we should make them like the repeat thing, just one-off matches, because they're going to be a lot easier to organize that way.
It'd be a fun weekend thing.
Yeah, but
Archon
like...
mode, Imba League. I mean, what? I didn't say anything.
Archon mode is far more reasonable than Imba League was.
No, I mean Archon mode, Imba League.
Oh. I like what you're saying. Yes. That would be fun.
Wow, here.
But yeah,
Ottr pushing for max with these things.
Do people find that idea interesting? Would they do it if we offered it? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Spoilers say yes. Here's the thing, though, is I'm not saying like I need a number of people for that. I would only need 4 people to want to do it, and then I will let them play because it takes up no more time than any other match. So yeah, that will be a thing. I'm just flat out saying that it will happen. There's a fight going on. There are Mutalisks engaging without the rest of their friends. There are Lings running forward to avenge their fallen brethren. And there are Hydras not running away for the Swarm, sacrificing themselves in order to kill as many things as they possibly can. How many Mutalisks died? Actually, none of them. So they killed a lot of Lings. Oops.
Actually, we lost 10 in that engagement.
There was 29?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There were quite a few, but the Hydras, they hurt, man.
Yeah, now they don't have any Hydra. Well, they have some Hydra friends back home, but there's Lings. There's more Lings. There's more Hydras. Oh no, they split up.
Oh crap.
They're not fighting together.
Yep.
They're attacking Queen.
Hydras alone.
Gotta simple micro trick in this situation actually just back the Mutalisks away while the Lings go in, so all the Mutalisks are focusing on the Lings.
No.
But yeah, without that here, it looks like you're going to clean up all the Mutalisks, and
Oh.
unfortunately, now the secret is revealed. He can build the Death Star lasers and make sure they never kill anything in his base.
Oh man.
So this is the thing, is I actually think that if you're going to go Mutalisks in this matchup, I mean, she had no choice but to show them off there. But really just, you might want to split the Mutalisks off and actually hit a backside of his base there and just break stuff, because he's going to start putting up defenses immediately when he sees that.
Yeah, just bait the army out to one side and then run your mutas in the back. Oh god, they're rallied over the Hydras.
No!
No.
There's a drone coming out here too for some reason.
Why? Oh god.
Oh, those things split into like 4 pieces when they die.
The carnage. Oh man, that's painful to watch. I hope the rally is fixed by now. But
Oh yeah.
Anuzarg, clear supply lead here. He's up by at least 50 supply.
Yeah, another thing too that would be reasonable is just to switch into Banelings, because he's gonna basically just make Hydras when he sees this.
Yep, Banelings would be.
Banelings wreck Hydras. Yep. Hard.
Totally be smart.
But it looks like actually Ottr wants to go up into Ultra Tech, maybe? Yeah, +3 Carapace. And +3 No, it's just for Lings. Broodlords, maybe.
She's doing Broodlords, Greater Spire coming along the way as long as...
Yeah, Greater Spire is an awesome idea, actually, against Hydras if she can get enough Broodlords in time.
38 Lings, too, to support this, so... Gonna be a lot of little units here, but Anuzarg going Enduring Locusts. The Swarm Hosts are out.
Yeah, in case anyone's asking, I would not be finding you partners. You'd be finding your partners on your own. By the way, for Archon mode, if we did that.
Find your own partners.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I mean,
you guys can do it on your own.
There you go.
You're gonna have to put up with each other. You're not gonna blame me if your partner doesn't work well with you. Sorry, it's not happening.
Exactly.
Be like if we did Heroes stuff. I'd be like, can you find a team for me? No.
Not gonna happen. Got a slow bunny hop going here. Swarm Host moving up to the front. All these Hydras. Oh man.
Swarm Host Hydra.
The
Swarm Hosts are kind of strangely spread out.
This is looking bad for Ottr though.
Broodlords versus Swarm Hosts. She's gonna not have the Broodlords in time at all.
Dropping in supply quickly. Hydra's picking away at this Link Force, and
yeah,
I'd be scared to jump in on that too.
This is probably the situation where you take all of your stuff, sacrifice the third, and be ready to push out for a super push. That's not happening. Instead, she's not going to have time. The Broodlords are not going to have any support when they come out. Oh.
Corruptors here at the front getting picked away. Can't even hit these Hydras.
Oh no, those Broodlords aren't going to live. Even if they do,
one.
there's only 2 of them.
Every single Corruptor dies here. Both Broodlords shred as they pop out of the
Oh.
Hydra's pushing into the third base. And,
Brutal.
this puts a final nail in the coffin, I think, for Ottr.
Oh no. Swarm Host popping out. This base is just going to evaporate. Oh, they're going for the drones first. They kill those things fast. Look at that.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. So, very well done by Anuzarg here, taking the best of 5.
It is GG.
3-1.
Hey, Dial.
James. Hey, dial up.
Good to see you.
So nice to see you. I haven't seen you for